Mr. Speaker. Good morning. My question is for the Minister of Education this morning. Minister, last spring, your predecessor was on the verge of closing the province's demonstration schools. That would have ended all hope for some of Ontario's children with severe learning disabilities. While the former Minister of Education insisted that money wasn't an issue, the public accounts tell a different story. The schools in Belleville, Milton, London, Brantford and Ottawa are paying $700,000 more per year on their electricity bills than they were in 2009. The Centre Jules Léger School, CJL, in downtown Ottawa and Saganaska School in my riding have seen their hydro spike by 62%. That has an effect on the bottom line. Speaker, is the minister okay with flushing that much money out of classrooms at CJL in downtown Ottawa and Saganaska to pay for her government's disastrous energy policy?
Minister of Education.
Thank you, Speaker, and I want to thank the member opposite for that question, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, our government is very committed to ensuring that all students that require supports receive that support. And the work that we're doing in our provincial demonstration schools is ensuring that students who have a learning disability get the supports that they need, Mr. Speaker. I was very proud that after the consultation process had happened, that we looked at how do we bring these great services that are happening in our provincial demonstration schools closer to local communities and in local school boards, Mr. Speaker. And that is exactly what we're doing. I had the opportunity to announce that we have a pilot program, Mr. Speaker, in 8 boards that are looking at that exact question. How do we actually bring these great services to our local communities so that all students that need the support and the services have them closer to home, Mr. Speaker?
Thank you. Supplementary.
Speaker, back to the minister. Millions of dollars are being flushed out of our school system because of this government's reckless electricity policy. The reason that we know how much is being pulled out of our provincial schools is because those provincial schools don't belong to a school board. But we don't know how much the other schools across the province are seeing their electricity costs go up, even though the government's own document states, quote, the increase in estimates from 2015-16 to 2016-17 primarily reflects increasing operating costs, including utilities. That has to be millions and millions of dollars from our school system. Parents deserve to know how much the Liberal energy policies are having an effect on our education system. Speaker, can the minister tell us, can she address the electricity issue? How many educational assistants, early childhood educators, and other support staff have been flushed out of our schools because of their reckless Liberal energy policy?
600 schools.
Mr. Speaker, it's really sad, it's quite unfortunate that the member opposite has forgotten that he ran on a policy of cutting supports and services in our school system, Mr. Speaker, 100,000 jobs. In fact, they were very, very proud of the fact that they were going to reduce supports for teachers and for education workers in our classroom. Mr. Speaker, this government has provided more education funding on a per-student, per-pupil basis than in any other time.
The member from Windsor West and the member from Bruce Grey Owen Sound are warned. Finish, please. Wrap.
Mr. Speaker, we've increased since 2002-2003 funding to our education system by 50.
The member from Prince Edward Hastings is warned. Finish, please.
We've increased funding by 59%, Mr. Speaker. 59%. We've increased the per-pupil funding, Mr. Speaker, by $4,500, and that includes all of our students in special education, Mr. Speaker, who need that support.